Coming up on Look Today, well, Gina Mintzer has officially taken the reins of the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce and CVB. I've got details. And a resurgence of interest in local politics is happening in the town of Wilton. More on that coming up. And organizers gear up for the 45th Annual Adirondack Balloon Festival. I've got details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone and happy Friday. I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Herb Lavery. Now, he's the organizer for a fundraiser called Straighter Strong Triathlon. That's happening in Queensbury this weekend. I also sit down with Paul Pines. Now, he's festival curator for the Lake George Jazz Weekend. And he's here to talk about a very unique concert series that's happening right downtown Lake George at Shepherd Park. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Gina Mintzer has officially taken the reins of the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce and CVB. Now, she started her new position as executive director on Monday, and she will be replacing, if that's possible, Mike Consulo, who held a position for 7 years. Well, Gina has a background, major background in business, which will be a great asset to the 365 initiative as well as the local tourism initiatives. We spoke to her about her vision.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to tell people that, Lake George, the infrastructure is here for the Convention and Visitors Bureau piece of this, and when we think about that, we think about meeting, convention, and sports business. That Lake George 365, that's a big initiative of ours, but really we need to get those baby steps in place so people can see us actionably moving forward with that. Promotion, marketing, and actually booking of business, which we've done a good job leading up to this, and then there's even more to come.
Great energy. Congratulations, Gina. All right, in other news, well, you could say there's a change happening in the town of Wilton. The voice of that change is Vote Local, and it's creating a resurgence of interest in local politics. Now, recently, at an independence primary election for the town justice, twice as many people turned up to vote than they did last time. Eric Rosenberg, new candidate, defeated Gerald Worth for the Independence Party line, 48-44. Now, I should note, however, there's still some absentee ballots out there which will be counted on Tuesday. However, it's the showing that's important here. Mr. Worth, by the way, has been town justice for 40 years. Well, we spoke to Pat Tutts. She's chairwoman of the Democratic Committee of Wilton about what this means for the town of Wilton.
Well, what it does mean is the town of Wilton has undergone tremendous growth. By the next census, 2020, we could be up to 20,000 people. When he started, there were 4,000 people. So we have all this growth, and we have a lot of new people in this town, and the population is reaching a point where we have to deal with the issues of growth.
It's a great undertaking. We around here affectionately refer to them as the Wilton Five. All right, switching from news to weather. Today started off a little rough, but beautiful sunshine, warm. Let's see how the weekend is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first weekend forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Bonster with your first look weather update. As you look at the national maps, plenty of high pressure across much of the eastern half of the United States. The nearest weather system is towards the upper Midwest, spawning a cold front across portions of Wyoming, Colorado, and then a stationary front boundary. As you head towards the upper Midwest, this high pressure dome is spawning maybe a few storms of still what is left of Irma, but really dissipating. So it's just a few showers across portions of the Northeast. Temperatures only in the mid to upper 50s, perhaps lower 60s along the Northeast coast towards the Capital District. Generally about Few spots could see 60 for the overnight low, otherwise upper 50s as you head towards Glens Falls. 58 the overnight low, and up towards elevation in Johnsburg and Pottersville, only in the mid-50s. We'll see a few evening storms, as I mentioned. Otherwise, we'll go partly cloudy. 58 the overnight low. Then we'll see mostly sunny skies. A beautiful forecast. 82 north breeze at about 5 miles per hour. We'll see fog lifting away as we'll be under partly cloudy skies through the 8 a.m. hour. Temperatures in the lower to mid-60s. Extended forecast. We're in for a dry one throughout the weekend into early next week with warm temperatures. Highs in the lower 80s, lows in the upper 50s with the general variable winds. They'll be out in the north for Saturday, then out of the south for Sunday on the back half of that high pressure system. They'll be out of the southwest heading into Monday. We'll see some patchy dense fog early in the morning on Sunday, but will remain sunny as we head through the afternoon hours. Sunshine once again on Monday, slight chance of showers Tuesday, and cooler temps back in the 70s for highs Tuesday and Wednesday. Then the sunshine will peek back out on Wednesday. That was your first look weather update. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponsler. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Well, thanks, Clarence. Where was that kind of forecast late June? That's what I'd like to know. All right, back to the news. Hard to believe it's fall. Adirondack Balloon Festival is coming back to town next weekend. It'll be the 45th annual festival. It will take place at the usual place, which is Floyd Bennett Memorial Airport in Queensbury. Now, as you probably know, balloonists from across the country, as well as internationally based balloons pilots, attend this event, and it features a wide array of balloons. Now, the organizers are looking for volunteers. They need help. We spoke to Mark Donahue. He's president of the Balloon Festival Board of Directors.
These specialty balloons, it's absolutely critical as we sign a contract telling them we will provide them with the help they need. These balloons are 500 and 600 pound balloons, and it takes easily 8 to 12 people to put these balloons up. And if we don't get the volunteers, the balloons are not going to go up. They're going to stay in their vehicles. So it's absolutely critical that we do get the help. We're doing a crew training Saturday morning at the airport to train people as to how it's all going to go. And beyond that, if you can't come to the crew training, contact us on Facebook and we'll make arrangements to hook you up with the pilots that need their help.
Those training sessions are fun, by the way. I've been to one. All right, up next, I sit down with Herb Lavery. Now, he's organizer for a fundraiser called Straighter Strong Triathlon. It's happening Queensbury this weekend. And I also sit down with Paul Pines. He's festival curator for the Lake George Jazz Weekend. He's here to talk about a very unique, it's an innovative concert series that starts tomorrow in downtown Lake George. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. And now it's time for Your Look. That's our segment where we talk about the things that you talk to us about. Recently, I have a bunch of wonderful emails and conversations with people about artist language and the whole idea of trying something new, taking your family, taking your child, taking your grandchildren, taking a date to a performing art performance, try that 3 times fast, and trying something new. And that interview today that I did with Lake George Jazz Weekend is really an example of that. And by the way, Julie Simek, who won 2 tickets for the Adirondack Experience up in Blue Mountain Lake, showed up today, picked up her tickets, and she said, "You're the only news show that I watch." She showed up with a baby. I'm sorry I missed you personally. I was in a meeting, but thank you, and thank you for saying that, by the way. We have 2 more. We have another winner for 2 more tickets. Mary Beth McGarrahan. You have 2 tickets for the Adirondack Experience up in Blue Mountain Lake. You can pick them up here at our Saratoga studios any weekday, 10 to 3 p.m. And question for you, go to Facebook and tell us what you're doing this weekend. This is the weekend we hope to have right around 4th of July. So let us know what you're doing for the weekend, okay? That's it. See you next time on Your Look. That's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Boy, you can tell it's Friday around here. Okay, let's wipe the grin right off our face. No, not really. Friday, want to thank the crew. Ladies first, that would be Antoinette and Dana. But of course there's Andrew, and there's Drew, and there's Jack, and there's Joel, and there's Norm, and the Bat. They make this, all our programming possible each and every week. Well, I don't know about you, but we're dying to get this weekend started. Bunch of events this weekend. Don't forget, this week was really something. I met so many interesting people so passionate about what they do. An example would be the fundraiser tomorrow, the Straighter Strong Triathlon. That's at Sunnyside Par 3 Golf Course in Queensbury. Get over there and show your support. Don't miss the Lake George Jazz Festival. The artists are exceptional. JDRF has got the Ride to Cure in Saratoga this weekend. And another interview that I really enjoyed was the interview with the Saratoga Historical National Park and the reenactments that they're doing this weekend to celebrate one of the battles of Saratoga. That's it, everybody. Tonight on Look TV, Beyond the Headlines and Tracks. Don't forget, you can tune in again Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.